She said I won't be back in a while. Don't wait. Already packed her bags, called the cab, made space. And she said I won't answer if you call me when you're lonely. I guess I let her go. Never mind, it's too late. But I can't believe I let you slip. I think about it 7 days a week, and this just can't be how it's supposed to end up. It's not enough. And maybe it's how I make you feel. I don't know if I'm ready to just let you go away, like my friends think I should. Cause what if I just wanna be with you? I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do.
Bloody balls.
Honestly, I can't remember if you love me, or maybe I'm just feeling lonely. I don't know. Just let her go. She got herself a guy, and he's good. No, he's great. Everything she wanted packed behind the pretty face. But I kinda hope he breaks her heart into little pieces and let me pick them all back up. Put them back together. But I can't believe I let you slip. I think about it 7 days a week, and this just can't be how it's supposed to end up. Cause what if you should really be with me? I wonder what the hell you didn't see. But honestly, I can't remember if I loved you, but it feels like I do when I think about you now. What if I just wanna be with you? Oh, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. But honestly, I can't remember if you love me, or maybe I'm just feeling lonely. I don't know. Just let it go. But what if you should really be with me? I wonder what the hell you didn't see. Honestly, I can't remember if I loved you, but it feels like I do when I think about you now.
You should see the city lights tonight. I don't think they've ever burned this bright. Did you know when everything would turn out? We learned to run, we learned to fight. Sooner or later, we can become strangers. Someday, somewhere, we can be new again. We can be anything that we wanted to be back then. Just wait, just wait. If I only knew how to make it true, we could write a new ending for you. You can pick and choose. All you gotta do is play the whole thing through. And if I only knew how to make it true, we could write a new ending for you. You can pick and choose. All you gotta do is play the whole thing through. I wanted to be saved before we lost our way. We were picture perfect, but below the surface, I wasn't okay. I made it look that way. I'm saying you deserved it. Sometimes it just happens that way. Sooner or later, we can become strangers. Someday, somewhere, we can be new again. We can be anything that we wanted to be back then. Just wait, just wait. If I only knew how to make it true, we could write a
Hello and welcome, everybody. Time for another episode of Mixing and Chilling with Hunky Vape, and for some reason this camera doesn't seem to be bright enough. You can't see what I'm doing. Let's turn that up. Anyway, I'm not here by myself.
Hi all, how are you all doing? Glad to see you're all back for another week at Mixin and Chillin. Hey.
Yes, sir.
Happy
How's
days.
everybody doing this week?
Hope you're all good.
We have Sean Lynch here, Mallory Gates, Lance Ward, Dusty Country Road, Simpson JFS 2324. Hello and welcome.
Hello, Simpson.
Kenny sent me an email just yesterday and threw an idea out there, and I kind of like the idea, so I'm going to let him present it to you.
Oh, just throw me in the deep end, that's why not. And yeah, I was just thinking of we could run something called Chat's Choice. Basically, it's when Alex gets to the mixing part, if you want to challenge him and hoist some flavours in, to see if you can come up with something. Could be multi-flavours, it could be just a single flavour. But all I want to do is just comment in the chat, hoist some flavours at him, and then we can see what we can come up with.
I like the idea.
Hopefully,
I'll put a link to the actual flavor stash and e-liquid recipe, so you guys can weed through there and pick whatever ones you want, and come up with a flavor profile to mix up.
Chat's Choice it is.
Yeah,
Like I
I
say,
like
guys,
the idea.
get your thinking caps on, put some flavours in, and we'll see what he can come up with,
Sean Lynch, doing great today. Thank you. I was looking forward to doing this chat.
Hi, Sean.
I'm telling you. I've been working on the background, trying to get OBS working. I've had this Stream Deck here, and I used it for a while. Then I finally got, so many new scenes, and you have to, the label each button with exactly the name of your scene.
Yeah.
And it just finally got to the point where there were more wrong labels on there than there were right labels. So it was just other than a couple things when I'm doing a review that I know I can hit the right button, I quit using it. Well, now I finally got it set up, did the update that was required on it, which broke it. So I had to revert to an update in between where I was and where it is now.
Oh, dear.
And then finally get everything put on there and got all the scenes on there, so I can literally jump back and forth between just, having me on here, and I can put him on there. And I just need to let the actual transition complete. So other than that, it's working appropriately, and I got some sound effects, so we don't like something, I can let everybody know that we don't like it.
Interesting.
Trying to make it a little more entertaining for you guys out there, a little more fun. Not just sitting there watching us jibber jabber back and forth.
He's a perfectionist, guys. Trust us.
Lance Ward says, you're not on a mouth to lung today. What's up there, Kenny?
No, it's it's getting a good clean actually. I've got it all stripped down. I'm going through some of my stuff, cleaning it. Because like I say, it's sat on the shelf for a while and everything needs a good clean. So all of my RTs, everything are going to be cleaned, recoiled and re-wicked as I use them. So I'm going through a bit of a belated spring clean, shall we say. I mean, like I say, when I cleaned, and I was digging out the shelves, I actually found this old guy here, the old Vandy Vape Pulse Squonker. So I've stuck me little Valhalla on the top and I'm enjoying it very much.
Definitely want to give a word of advice out there to all the vapors out there. If you have an old tank sitting around and you go and you put it on the shelf, do yourself a favor and don't put it on the shelf like this.
No, empty it.
Make sure that you empty it and rinse the thing out. Because what ends up happening is this will eventually leak its juice out. You may not see it. It may not be a big puddle. But when you go back, you're going to find when you take it apart, there's going to be a big ring of sticky stuff right here.
Yeah.
Where it's slowly weeped out. And then the last thing you want is to get inside your 510 pin. And then this mod is going to have to be torn apart, cleaned up. or you could literally short it out next time you go to fire it up.
Yeah.
So clean up your stuff.
Definitely store your tanks. Store your tanks dry. Definitely.
And that's what I pulled out for, a little old retro look today, because I'm looking forward to trying out Mallory Gates pecan pie. Is this Chillin?
Wow, is that the mini or the jewel? Is it a Chillin mini or the Chillin jewel? Oh my god. I'm with you. Ah, cool. I've got one of them lying about somewhere. I'm sure I have. The single
Chillin
coil and the
jewel.
jewel. Aye.
I like their mesh. I like their mesh, but... Good.
If I remember, when I'd done them, you used to get a lot of people who couldn't wick them. They were constantly leaking. A bit of a pain in the backside to wick.
Well, that's what I'm going to go do right now to get this thing wicked up so we can try out that flavor. I think that would be a lovely thing to do. We mixed it up last week. I'm starting to froth at the mouth already thinking about it.
He has, mate. He's been drooling. That's the first thing he said when we come on air. I'm going to try that. He's been running back and forwards all week, smelling it and sniffing it and saying, maybe I'm going to get that.
I'm like, I could put that under a dripper. Nobody would notice. Nah, I got to wait. So I've been trying a bunch of these different shoelace cotton things. So far, this has been the best one. And this is actually Advocain makes it. Picked it up on eBay. It was 50 pieces of shoelace cotton, and these things just slide right off perfectly. And this works great for 3mm coils. But if it's just a hair under, forget it. You might be able to pull this off and then twist it and wet it to slide it through. But and then I picked up the generic multi-pack. And theoretically, you're supposed to have 2.5mm, 3mm, and 3.5mm shoelace. The problem is these shoelaces are not the right size. When they shrink wrap them, they have little creases on the one side. So it won't go through your coil.
Oh my god.
Are they good cotton?
Pretty much
yes.
knocking.
But it doesn't help to be shoelace if you can't put the shoelace inside the coil.
No, that's not defeating the object, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm still a trusty old cotton bacon man for me tanks. Like I still, I've started off on cotton bacon and I've just stuck with it. It's fine. Obviously we use the oh god, what the hell is it called again? I've just had a brain fart, honestly. The Muji, that's the one I'm looking for. Muji cotton for me. Yeah. For me RDAs is what I normally use that for. But the cotton bacon, it's fine.
Over a year ago, I started a video that was to determine what is the best type of wicking material for vaping. And I was going to be no holds barred, whatever you can get. I went to the drugstore and picked up just generic cotton balls, a bag of them. I went through my wife's hair salon supply store and picked up some Muji pads there and found a bunch of different kind of cotton. And I started the review on it and stuff, but I was getting inconsistent results.
Yeah.
And it just finally got to the point where I was like, there's too much other stuff going on. I don't have time to finish this. I need to keep experimenting with it. And then after another year or so, I'll have formulated an opinion.
Like your normal cotton balls or cotton wool, I think it's all bleached anyway, so you've got to be careful with that.
Let's see how this goes in there.
Lance Ward using ultrasonic cleaner. Yeah, I've got one of them too, sir. I think, to be quite honest, I think I might need some more cleaning fluid because I'm running very low on it.
I just use dishwashing detergent and hot water.
I've heard that, you can use the detergent with hot water, the dishwasher soap, or washing up liquid as we call it.
Yeah, here's the problem with this Chillin. You have to have your cotton wicked out in order for it to fit in there. And then the other problem is it needs to be the exact right length because it fits down into the channel.
Yeah.
And there's no reserve. So
No, you don't want to pack it in. Sometimes it's
If
easier
it's too
to,
long, it'll stick up and it'll actually go above your coil.
sometimes it's easier to actually juice it up before you stick it down the side, because obviously it expands, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They were a good tank, I remember that. They were a fantastic tank for flavour, but they were just a bit finicky to bloody wick. And a lot of people were complaining of leaking and all that, and saying, well, no, you've got them wicked it right.
Well, that's what it boils down to, and that's why, you know, I hate to say it, but that's why disposables are so good. Most people don't like to be finicky with their stuff. They want to be able to just throw it in and go.
No. That's exactly. Well, that's why they're so big now. That's why they're a big thing. Nobody wants to carry juice around. They don't want to be filling tanks up when they're out and about. You know, they just want to vape and go. Really.
Honestly, I think that's why I fell in love with the Arbiter so quickly and so easily. It wasn't just the fact that, you know, it was probably the most diverse vaping capability of any tank I've had so far. It couldn't do mouth to lung. No, there's no question about it. But you could get a pretty restrictive direct lung on that, and you can get something that's literally a cloud chucker. But the thing that made it so lovable is the fact that the wicking was always so easy. You literally pull the wicks through, you shove them down through the deck, and they can hang down in there, and that's not a problem. And I always thinned my wick, so it was easy for me, because once I just, you know, make sure that they were all parallel, they fell down in there, and it always worked. Never leaked.
Well, when they're dangling down the tank, they're submerged in the juice all the time, pretty much. So.
And that makes it even nicer, because when you're laying in bed vaping, you don't even have to worry about, you know, is this thing going to flood, or is this going to, you know, have enough juice?
I think I had a tank, something like that. I can't remember what it was called. Not sure. I've got a memory like a sieve, man. Honestly, I'm getting worse. Keep trying to remember what I've got and what I haven't got.
Okay.
I think I probably need to set up an inventory. Print it out.
Well, for a while there, we were getting so many new things that it was just like...
Oh, it was crazy.
You know, the old stuff just got put on the shelf, and you found something better that stayed out on the desk.
Definitely.
So here's the thing, and you got as time goes on, you'll be able to learn how to do this. I'm sure Kenny already knows. You can feel whether you have the right tension in here. You know, your tweezers go in very easily, and you know that the cotton's going to expand once you put the juice on it. Everything's nice and straight, and that should wick perfectly and not leak.
Mallory Gates in chat, he just said, give me my Muji pads. They are just super easy for me to cut, and a few strips and wick away. Yep. Plus the cheapest chips. I think I bought a bag. I think you can get a bag. I don't know, there's about 100 pads or something in it for about £2.50 off Amazon, and it lasts you forever. I've got one there. I've had about a year and a half, and I'm still only halfway through it.
Yeah.
They last forever.
The other thing that I ordered was actually Muji strips. Came in a big bag. I'll go grab them.
I mean, I suppose if you ever run out of cotton, you can always fall back on your Muji strip to get you by till you get some cotton, till you get some more cotton. Yeah, that's the bags.
That's the Muji pads.
That's the pads. I didn't know you could get it in a strip. I just thought you could get it in pads.
Comes in a little bag like this.
I didn't know you could get it in a strip. It was normally like with the pads, you know, if you cut them in half, then cut them in half again, they're a perfect size for your 3 milli coils. Holy moly. That's kind of cool. I didn't know you could get
13 feet
like
long.
Fuck, really? Jesus.
One bag is 13 feet long.
13 feet? Jesus.
And when I bought it, I bought a package of, was it 6 bags?
Wow.
And this stuff, this organic silver cotton, is the same cotton that they use to make those Muji pads.
Yeah, it's organic.
Japanese organic cotton. Fantastic.
It is good stuff, like, I'll give them that, like. I mean, they were trying other different materials. Like I said, I think it was the sense tank that had like, was it bamboo type cotton?
Yeah.
And that was quite nice actually.
The stock coils actually come with different
Yes.
blends. Freemax
That's
is
right,
really
I
good
think-
for developing it. They're using T-fiber cotton in theirs. Ooh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's getting a whiff, hasn't he?
Butter pecan.
Look at that smile on his face. Look at it. He hasn't even tried it yet, man. Look at him.
Just the smell of it. I'm gonna make a candle of this.
Yeah, don't vape it, just smell it. You'll be fine.
Ah. So what happens when you pull out an old tank and don't completely disassemble it. I did the bottom one. I pulled this off, but I didn't. Might have an issue here.
Oh. Oh, I've just found a name in chat and I don't even know if I can pronounce that. It is Estado Uma Gangu. I'm sorry if I made a right mess of that, like, but
Hola,
wherever you're
compadre.
from, yeah, wherever you're from, I'm from the UK and Hunky Vape is in the wonderful USA.
Well, that is horrible.
That's a gone pear-shaped. Just pour it in a dripper. You'll be fine. It'd probably be better in a dripper anyway.
I'm gonna make a modified dripper. I'll fix this
Probably
after the
right,
show.
Mallory. You're probably right, Mallory. He says he's got a feeling Alex should have made a bigger bottle. Oh, he will be. I can guarantee it. If his recipe has come out as good as he reckons, he will. Here we go. A taste test. Oh, look at that. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Yep. You like that?
Yeah, baby, that is fantastic. This is gonna need to be fixed after the show, but I'm
Do you
putting
think
that
that-
liquid in this tank. Let me tell you.
Is the flavour good, or do you think we'll get better with a bit more steep time?
It's very good. It's you definitely get the smell of the butter pecan. It's a very
Yeah.
sweet vape, not like sickeningly sweet,
No.
but it is very good and is true to the flavor profile. The only thing that I think may benefit this would be a little acetylpyrazine. That is what gives juices like a nutty flavor.
All right.
So we have the butter pecan perfectly nailed. We got the sweetness perfectly nailed. Now, if you could just get a hint of that nut flavor that you get when you actually bite the pecan that's caramelized on top of the pie.
See, I knew you'd be wanting to put something on it.
But nothing else. I mean, this thing is perfect. And the thing is with the acetylpyrazine, you got to be careful exactly how much you put in it because it can go from, giving you that nut essence, that nut oil flavor
Yeah.
to very yeasty and bread-like. Just like that. So I need to play with the percentages and just, 0.25, 0.3, 0.35 maybe should be sufficient to get that. But I love this thing.
You'll get there. You'll get there, man.
Thank you, Mallory. I can't believe it took me this long to actually try that out. Well, speaking of liquids and whatnot, right before the show, I had to run downstairs to go sign for a package. Came today.
Here we go. He's got his stock. Here we go. He's
Well,
got
last
his
week-
supplies in.
I already had a package ready for today, and that package for today is DIY stuff because I ran out of 30 ml bottles. So I placed an order from Bull City, and it came in Wednesday last week after the show. Well, I had to place another order because obviously Labor Day weekend they have the sales going on.
As you do.
This is going to be my Steam Crave V3, the Romizer Plus V3.
Oh, cracking tongue. Just to answer Lance Ward's question, do I use Samsung 30T batteries? Yes, I do use them, and I sometimes use the 25Rs as well. At the moment, I'm more into my Molly cells, but I still use the Samsungs. And Mallory Gates, there you go, Hunky, says, I added a chocolate to it to give it that filling of the pie a bit more body. You add chocolate to it. Ooh. So chocolate and nut. Oh, God.
So, I couldn't find any more Bushidos, but they did have the drop solos for $15 a piece.
Drop
So I picked
solo,
up two
wow.
of them. That's going to help us be able to test those flavors out.
Damn.
And then obviously we got the Romizer Plus V3, and it's an advanced kit. So now we have the mesh deck. And
The
it's
mesh
the
deck
exact
was-
same deck that they put in the Ragnar.
It's like I tried to say with the V3, it kind of like back catalogue, so anything up the V2 will fit that as well. So if you had the mesh for the V2, it would go in the V3.
Now, DovePo pre-made coils. First time I've ever seen DovePo sell pre-made coils. So I had to pick those up as well.
Dove pause.
Just like they put into their stock tank.
Over a bit, you're off camera. Over a bit. Other way.
Oh yeah, on your camera, but I got the overhead.
Oh,
You
smart
can't
ass.
see it. They can see it. Sorry.
Oh, that's all right. Well, I want to see it. They can. All right. Are the Claptons, yeah?
Yeah. This is a frame staple Clapton.
Frame staple.
We got chain link, alien, fuse Claptons, 3 different kinds of fuse Claptons. And then obviously you got your pre-cut Muji pads.
Are they I-80s, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yep, NI-80, and then these ones over here are Canthal Center and then wrapped in NI-80. DovePo.
Oh, sorry, Rusty. We've like kind of bypassed you. Rusty asked if that was a mesh Kylan or was it the coil Kylan?
This was
Oh,
the
yeah.
coil Kylan.
It was the coil. Sorry, Rusty. We're terrible for keeping up with chat. By the way, we'll just put that out there.
Well, let's run through. 400 pads, 2 pounds on clearance sale, William Dobson said.
Oh, wow.
Ian Thomas, hello and welcome. Lance Ward. Estado Uma Gonge.
That's the one I made a mess of.
And I probably made a mess of it too because I assume that this gentleman is Spanish. He might be Philippine, could be anywhere in the world, to be honest with you.
And your better half has just joined us, Mrs. Hunky Vape.
Mrs.
Hi.
Hunky Vape, hello, mama. Rusty Corleone, you are not invisible.
Yeah.
We got you. Might take us a while. We're old farts. That's why when I made the thumbnail for this week, you'll see the old farts from the Muppet Show on there that used to sit up in the balconies and comment on everything. Well, I think
Yeah.
that pretty much fits our personalities here quite well.
That kind of sums us up quite right.
Yeah, I've been impressed with the drop solo. It's not perfect. It's not, the big banger, but you know what? That's why I was able to get it for $15. It works good. You just got to put your coils placed right, and you got to make sure that the cotton doesn't shove all the way underneath the coil. You got to have airflow underneath the coil. And when
That's
you're
right,
pulling
yeah.
it in, you get airflow underneath the coil as well.
Definitely. I think it was
E-Cig
more
1 has a
years,
Druga 2 for £4.
Wow.
Oh, that's fantastic.
E-Cig 1. They're popular like online shop over here. E-Cig 1.
Big Boss is there for the day. That's not good. Go kiss her butt. Tell her you need another raise. and I had to pick up another package of these. These are made by Watofo. I'm telling you, these ones have been fantastic.
Oh, good. William Dobson has just shouted out, what about the Wasp Nano? My God, I forgot about that. That was a good...
That was one I never got.
Oh, it was really good, that in its day. Wasp Nano, wow.
And then the other one I picked up 2 boxes of the coils for the Mongrel.
The Mongrel, yeah.
So I never have to worry about, pulling the right coils out for the Mongrel and then, bending them so they go right way. These ones are already ready to go. They're the same stock coils that came with the Mongrel, and they just drop right in. The coil's in the right place. Tighten the screws down, clip it, snip it, done.
Job done. Lovely. That's what you want.
And I mean, I've got literally boxes and boxes of other coils out here, but for something like this, it's nice to know. And I'm going to put a label on here and write on there Mongrel. So if I ever need to recoil that one, well, I've already got them ready to go.
See, I get the pre-made coils but on a wire, so you just wrap them to whatever you want and then drop them in. They're pretty reasonably priced. You get about 10 feet of whatever for whatever coppers, and you just make your own, drop them in.
And I'm going to need to make sure I go back and edit the video, because I did notice that this thing does have a barcode on it. But that's where all this stuff came from. Fantastic.
Oh God. Yeah, gotta hide them. Hide all that stuff.
Well, I found another reviewer that had links on it when they were doing a review of something. And I sent him a quick email, let him know, dude, you might want to blot these out or
get
whatever.
rid of that. YouTube don't like that anymore.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
And the thing is, I don't understand how it can be so hit or miss. If you upload it, they should scan it right then and there to let you know if there's something on there. No, they're going to be sneaky. They're going to let you upload it, and then, 2 years down the road, oops, sorry, we found something on your video. Well, why didn't you find it when I uploaded it?
That's the problem. I mean, for the rules and regulations now, we know that we can't do this, can't do that. But say 2-3 years ago, they've changed the rules since then. We're playing on a different set of rules, so they're tying all your videos in with today's rules, and I think it's ridiculous. You know what I mean?
And I think that the rules are ridiculous because they're arbitrary. I mean,
yeah.
If the only thing that differentiates me talking about my V Pro and a link is a .com, I think most people can figure that part out. It doesn't matter whether I say it or not. What are they going to come up with and say, from 2024 on, you're not going to allow to have yellow mods, because yellow mods, they induce, some harm to somebody somewhere on the planet. So no more yellow mods allowed. Anytime you have anything yellow on the screen, you're going to get a strike for it.
If you're reviewing a mod, you're going to say the company name anyway. This is a such and such from whatever. You know what I mean? So
well, that's why I made the comment, earlier about the fact that, we could very easily start a class action lawsuit about the fact that, YouTube's policies don't actually protect the viewers on YouTube. Nope. They just force you to go to their parent company to actually do the search.
Yeah.
Especially when it's as simple as .com. Like, who's not going to think that a major company is not going to have a .com email or URL?
Exactly. But then again, the way I normally say, if you want to look it up, Google's your friend. Just Google it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of ironic in a sense, like you can't do certain stuff on YouTube, but on Google you can search literally anything, and yet...
Yeah. That is exactly it. You can literally find anything you want on YouTube.
And they're pretty much the same company, more or less.
Yep. You can find anything on YouTube, you can find anything on Google, and the thing is, YouTube limits what you can put onto there so that you are forced to use their parent company.
Exactly.
But that's just my opinion.
It's It's just a difficult thing to police, I suppose, at the end of the day, and because it's so big.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that comment there. Will Dobson says the rules suck. They're more than willing to show videos that show how to use a gun, but a vape will save a life. Well, yeah.
And that's the real tragedy here.
Yeah.
It's not about me or, you know, whether or not I can put something on YouTube or not. It's the fact that this stuff here is going to save somebody's life.
Yeah. Or even give you a better quality of life, if anything.
Definitely. So, this time I decided not to mess around. 30 ml bottles. And here's the caps for them. 100 pack.
Christ. Like I said, you're D&D out by half, do you?
Well, the 25 bottles I bought didn't last very long at all. I'm like, how am I already out of 30 ml bottles?
Wow.
And then the other flavors that I ordered, I've already uploaded onto ELR. So it's the only reason I've, you know, had to get these package opened up in case any of these flavors get called for in the new recipe.
Yeah.
But just running through them, we have vanillin from TFA. We have boysenberry preserve from Purellum. Cactus flavor. Caramel flavor.
Cactus?
Cactus.
Cactus?
Coolada. 10%.
Oh, no. Coolada. No, I'm not a fan of that. Like.
Well, I wanted to try this one out because I have that other cooling agent, WS23 and WS3, and boy, they potent. I'm hoping this Coolada is a little less potent.
Yeah, that is cool for me. But I'll just shout out a reminder for any of us that's joined late. At the beginning of the show, I sent Alex an email, and we're going to do what we call Chat's Choice. Basically, guys, if you comment a flavour or flavours, Alex will try and make a juice out of it. So please comment and get your flavours in, and we'll see what he can come up with. Because after all, the man is a magician.
And as is part for the course from Bull City Flavor, when you place an order from them, you always end up getting a little mystery flavor that they throw in, compliments of the house. And to this flavor is going to be cinnamon red hots.
Cinnamon, ooh.
It's the red hots, like the little candy you get on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Mmm.
I know that what you mean, but we call them. I think we've got a similar thing called cherry lips. It's a similar thing.
I believe that would be the right comparison. All right, so we have the TFA sour, which is what I was originally going for.
Yeah.
Instead of adding the sweet and sour last time, I got the TFA sour. I have Irish cream from Capella to add to our
Irish
coffee that we made.
Irish cream, my God. Delish.
TFA super sweetener. We have sour raspberry candy from Purellum.
Sour. Ooh.
And here it is. Acetylpyrazine for a pecan pie.
Yeah. You've got to put some chocolate in as well, though.
I may end up having to do that.
Yeah.
And then we can't have coffee without French vanilla.
Oh. God. Do you know what it is? Every time I come off here, I'm hungry.
Well, it is evening time where you're at. We started at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, evening for you. It's about dinner time, supper time.
But you're not helping with all this stuff.
These are just flavors. They're not food. You can't eat this.
Oh, but it makes you think, though, doesn't it?
Golden pineapple. I'm going to have that for dessert for tonight.
See?
Capella has a Cup of Joe flavor. It's supposed to be a pretty good coffee. So we'll have to try that out. Make something up with that.
I've never
And
ever
then
tried a
caramel.
coffee vape, have I? I have. Maybe I have.
We mixed one up. Oh, you know what? That was
That's
episode
right.
5.
That's right.
That was,
yeah,
I think, right before I got you on.
Yeah.
This is like an espresso. This Brazilian coffee, it's like an espresso vape.
William Dobson says chocolate hazelnut flavour to add to that pie that you've done. Ooh, that'd be nice. I know, Lance. I'm regulating when I have a hit, mate. He says my wife's not going to be happy with us making clouds.
Oh,
Rusty said he has asthma since he was 10, started smoking at 13 until he was 32. So obviously his asthma was getting worse. He switched to vaping and now he rarely has an asthma attack. Well done to you, sir. Well done.
coming on 3 years now for me for vaping. And I remember when I was going to bed before I started vaping, wheezing every time I laid down. I'd cough throughout the night. Sometimes I'd wake myself up from the coughing. And I just blew it off. That smoker's cough. I got to live with it. You just get so accustomed to it.
You did. Yeah, you got used to it, didn't you?
And then you don't even think about it now. It's like, I don't have that problem anymore. I don't wheeze. I can go up and down a flight of steps and not get short of breath.
Exactly. I used to be terrible when I'm coughing.
If you can't chuck clouds, that's why these disposables, I'm telling you, are getting to be so popular. Yeah. And this bellow, you know what an Andes mint is?
An Andes mint?
An Andes mint. You open it up in a package, I think it's probably an American thing. I'll have to send you some in your Christmas package when I send you this juice. I'm telling you. But in Andes mint, you have a layer of chocolate that's about a mill and a half thick. And then you've got a layer on top of it, which is basically a white chocolate that they put a mint into it. And that's an Andes mint. About the size of a chiclet or a piece of gum.
Is it not something like we've got like an after 8 thing, which is a dark, it's like a thin layer. It's like it's like a dark chocolate outside, and something's got that minty, like it's like a nougat or soft fudgy type in the middle.
Well, Bello has a vape that tastes like that.
Oh.
I cannot believe it.
My God.
How many puffs do you think this thing is?
Wait, where you are? About 7,000 perhaps?
6,000.
6,000.
But I don't understand. I mean, look how small this thing is. There's literally no wasted space in this at all. And you compare it to something like, here's a Hyde bar. Look how tall that one is compared to this.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're still under the old TPD stuff where we're only allowed, I think it's 600 to 800 puffs. And obviously it's 2 ml and 2%.
Yeah.
Nick. But don't get us wrong, I mean, the flavours of them are still phenomenal. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
I can't believe how accurate these flavors are on these things nowadays. When I first quit smoking and I first started in the vaping, first off, you couldn't get an accurate flavor profile.
Yeah.
I don't think the vapes, helped the situation at all because they just didn't produce a clean tasting vape any. That's why the flavor percentages from recipes 5-6 years ago were so high in percentages.
Yeah.
Because you needed to have that high percentage to
get that boost of flavor. Yeah.
Yeah. Now the coils and the airflow and everything's gotten so balanced and so perfect that the flavor representations
they've come a long way
on,
from the early days. They've come a long way from the early days, definitely. I mean, like, I remember when it was the wattage race, like everybody could get blown higher wattages, because like when I started, you were only on like 20 watts, 25 watt devices tops, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then obviously the wattage race came in where you got stuff doing 50 watts, 60 watts, and now look where we are now. You've got mods that can hit 300 watts. Jesus.
But that's just the Ohm's law, perception thing if you really think about it.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
If you get the coils small enough and you get the resistance low enough, it's easy to push 300 watts through there and not have the coil get too hot and have the airflow right.
Oh yeah, definitely. But like I say, that's where the devices went. The regulated devices went. They went through that wattage race, and then now I think it's more like the airflow, because obviously you mesh and these honeycomb airflows and all that thing. I think it's now down to airflow now rather than the wattage race, like. But again, the airflow, man, and it's come on such a long way from a simple slit in the side or at the bottom. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy now. still think some of them are over-engineered, like just some of them are a bit over the top, but you know, they work, as they say.
Yeah, they do have a lot of features. Speaking of which, you know, I pulled out a retro vape for today, and that retro vape for today, I don't know if you've ever even heard of this, Galatech. And this, made by Asmodus.
Asmodus, wow.
Yeah. And there shouldn't be any URLs on this one.
No, because did they have internet then?
Yeah, that's a good question. Which is the whole reason why I had to pull down another Asmodus product. And this thing is actually touchscreen.
Oh.
But
I've never had it. I have had a Asmodus.
the problem is when they go and they implement something, and the technology was a relatively new thing when they implemented this. So how accurate you think that touchscreen is?
Oh, could be hitty missy. Well, I've got a feeling to be spot on. I've got a
I love that
feeling
warning
it'll be
they
fine.
put on there, though. Married batteries without damage only.
Oh, you never see that now, do you?
And then you have to touch yes for it to even turn on.
That's cool. It's a nice looking mod, that actually, even though it's in yellow.
Yeah. And if you take a look on the very top of that, you can see it on the camera. I can't see it in person. But there's an infrared light inside there that shines out. And right next to it is a sensor, an infrared sensor. And you're supposed to be able to wave across this.
Right.
It only works about half the time.
That's normally the case. Like.
When you got to change stuff, it is so frustrating to try and get this thing to actually do what you want it to. But I pulled this thing out so I can pair it up because the Kylan was sitting on this. So I paired this up, cleaned this thing out, and we're going to use it today for the Galatech.
Wow. Galatech, wow. I've never seen that. Never seen it.
Switch over head.
William Dobson commented stock coils produce better quality flavour nowadays. Yep, definitely do, mate. They've come a long way as well, stock coils.
William Dobson says he's got that in a Stabwood edition.
Oh.
That's
Oh,
gorgeous.
is that the Osmosis, or is it the Lustro or something? I can't think of it now.
There's an LED light on the bottom of it to use as a flashlight too.
Wow. That's when they over-engineered them, I think. We'll put this on, put that on. There you go. Nope.
This thing's got a little bit of weight to it.
Your battery life would have been brilliant, didn't it? It uses an infrared light, it uses a torch, it uses this. Your battery's gone before you even have a pull on it. Wow, unbelievable. Should at least come up with 1.7.
Ooh, look at that. Interesting design.
I'm going to pull you out of the way so I can have a look. There you go. I can see it now. I've had our window over the YouTube window, so that's why I couldn't see now. There you go. I can see it now. Wow.
So it's a dripper. Look how close these post leads are.
I know, God.
So you can only have to have the coils back to back like this and then bend them out a little bit. Airflow chambers. Airflow comes in from the side here.
Yeah.
And comes up through there.
Up on the bottom, yeah.
So you literally have to try and get these coils bent out as tight as possible. Because unfortunately this air comes straight up. They could have angled it.
It's our top cap domed and all inside.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So it's domed, but when we go to place these coils in here, that's going to be very interesting trying to get
Yeah.
that.
There doesn't look like there's much room in there, mind.
No, there isn't.
I wonder if it came. Did it come with coils?
Yes, it did.
Can you see them because they're that small?
Comes with fused Clapton, 0.3 ohms each. So it'll be a 0.15. Dual 26 wrapped in 40.
How the hell are you going to get them in there?
We'll figure it out.
They look huge compared to that.
Alan,
Lance Ward wants to get on me hog. No, I'll get shot.
so we got 1.3 millimeter hex.
Oh, I don't know, like, I see where you come. How do you get them in, man?
Well, the other problem that I notice is, look what direction these
That-
Allen keys are.
I think you only, with that being a dome top, you're probably going to have to watch your height where you sit them.
Yeah.
But when you think about it, that's an old RDA, the dome top. I mean, you get better flavour out of the dome tops anyway, you know what I mean? That's in my humble opinion, by the way.
No, you should. The only other problem you have here is when you put these things in here, because it's a flat dual,
Yeah.
when you go to compress this, I mean, you're going to have to put a twist in these coils to get a proper...
Yeah, twist the legs so that they sit like flat inside, yeah.
like so. Do we take this one? And it's going against my OCD putting them in like this, but
You
I've learned the more that you mess with this, the more likely it is to deform the end of these coils.
Yeah.
So I think I'm just going to get it to fix the one problem, which is the fact that these are all laying flat like this. We'll give it a quarter turn twist, holding on to the rest of the coil so it doesn't turn.
Yeah.
In worst case scenario, it might actually pull them a little bit apart.
There you go. Rusty says he's OCD too, so he'll agree with you. I mean, they may still twist a little when you tighten them, like, but we'll see.
Yeah, but the legs are grabbing on nicely.
Yeah.
It's not deforming the coil when I tighten this down.
I see where you're coming from, yeah. Hey, it's good stuff. Like I said, folks, she's a perfectionist.
Well, that works out pretty good there. Now I can
Alright.
now I can pull this in.
Yeah. Get that right out of that bloody air hole, that's what you want.
And I like how it's kept the coil perfectly.
Yeah, so, yeah, I see where you're coming from, man.
And then we'll pull that down. And then this one we're going to have to. That way we got it over the airflow.
Yeah, get that right over the top of there. Looks good.
Now for the real test. Put it on the ohm tab, see what we got. And before I dry burn these, I'm going to put the cap on, make sure it's not shorting out. Make sure they're low enough.
Oh god, yeah, make sure you didn't hit that. I think you'll be okay looking at that from up here.
That worked out pretty good there.
Yeah.
Put the top cap on. We're not shorting out.
You'll be able to feel it now as well, if you put it on, you'll be able to feel it rub. Dry burn, dry them in, get them hot spots out, boy.
There's an old battery for you.
Little.
Aspire 2500 milliamp hour battery.
Aspire, jeez, didn't even know they made batteries.
Came with a mod.
Wow. God.
It's not happy with me.
Rusty, you need to calm down. Poor bugger. Rusty said, OCD, it's so frustrating and tiring the heck out of me. They even put me on Prozac, but the thing don't work, so I stopped taking it. Wow. I think you just need to just chill out a bit, bud. That's how, just relax. Oh dear me. Bloody Prozac, Christ. What a shame. Yeah, guys, remember to leave your comments for some flavours for us, please, you know. Alex will do his best to make a juice from them. Yeah, there's nothing quite like building, isn't it, live on camera. It's bloody pain in the backside, isn't it? You're trying to get things right. You're trying to keep it in frame. And, oh, God, I'm terrible. I'm getting terrible at it, me lately. I'm forever pulling it out of the way. See, look there as well, didn't you? You checked.
That was the hardest thing when I first got started doing this, is trying to get everything.
Oh, it's because you're
But
too
for some
busy
reason, this one does not want to glow like the other one.
Yeah, he's having a bit of a chew on with that one, aren't you? Is it nice and tighty?
Well, this one still likes to glow a little bit better than the other one. I'm guessing that the resistance might be a little different on them.
No, you've got one higher than the other, haven't you?
There we go. Now I gotta let it cool off. Let's go take a look and see what's going on in chat.
Yeah. Well, Lance has already put a flavour in. He's went strawberry macaroons.
Ooh.
Ooh.
How to come up with the macaroon flavor?
Macaroons, God. Never had them for ages.
My wife ordered some actually through the mail. It came with some dry ice inside it and everything to keep it cool.
Hi, Vapor Queen Becky. Glad to see you could make it. I'm Freerider Vapor. Hi guys. Glad you could join us.
Welcome to the show. Looking for ideas, what flavors to use to mix today. Come up with the flavor profile. So far we've got a strawberry macaroon to try and make.
Come on guys, there must be something you would like them to make. There must be one flavour that you would love to be able to make. Gotta be something out there. Mallory Gates has come up with pineapple upside down cake. Oh my god. I can feel my tummy rumbling now, like.
Still hot.
Sounds delicious. That sounds delicious.
If it's hotter than my coffee, it's too hot to wick.
Oh yeah.
So what are you all vaping on today? What's your all day vape that you guys stick with?
Daryl, Robbie, I think I made a mess of your surname, but Daryl has put he's looking for a good banana recipe.
Last week we did a banana marshmallow custard from FLAVRZ Ingredients.
Oh yes.
Fantastic. I finished off my other bottle. The other one's sitting on the shelf.
Freerider Vapor's got a cherry bakewell. Now that would be interesting. I've never come across a good cherry bakewell. I've come to something close, but not quite.
Cherry is a very hard flavor to get accurate. It tastes like cough medicine, or it tastes like very astringent.
Yeah. But even like I say, when I've tried the odd cherry bakewell type juice, they've kind of nailed it in a sense where they've got like that cherry top and like the icing, but the cherry bakewell, they've got a bit of almonds, and that's always missing.
Oh my goodness. Where is it?
Rusty has got a couple of suggestions. He's got Drips Original or Strawberry, or he's got Jam Monster Strawberry.
Ooh, fantastic. I need to find the button here. When I lost it, the fireworks button, Mallory is 8 years vaping this Saturday.
Wow,
and it's her birthday.
Done, sir. Well done. And happy birthday for Saturday, sir. 2 milestones.
And naturally that button got lost on my thing.
Well, congratulations to you either way, sir. Well done. 8 years. Wow.
We'll give her a birthday.
Many happy returns to you for the
I'm
weekend,
working
sir.
on it. I'm working on it. That's supposed to automatically update and put your name in there and everything, but I didn't get it finished yet. Just like you didn't hear the birthday singing because I didn't have my microphone turned on, and that part of the file doesn't play through there. Kenny heard it. He was like, fantastic birthday song. But unfortunately, it didn't make it out to you guys.
We'll get there.
That's why this is a beta.
Tinkering.
This is still beta.
He's still tinkering, guys. He's still tinkering.
All right, so we finally got this thing cooled off. Let's throw some cotton in there.
Let's get this bad lad waked up. Oh, yeah, mate. I should just keep a little eye on chat while you're doing that.
That'd be fantastic. Did you guys see the thumbnail for this episode? Do you think that was an accurate representation of us? Those 2 old farts from the Muppet Show. Then again, how many of you guys out there are old enough to remember the Muppets?
Oh God, I grew up watching them guys, man. But you see, nobody remembers them. They always remember the stars, right? Like Kermit and Miss Piggy, and
yeah.
They don't remember them guys. You know, they were brilliant. They made it funny, didn't they?
Beaker. Beaker was my
Beaker?
man.
Yeah.
With the professor?
What about, was there a Swedish chef?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, brilliant. They don't make them like that anymore, do they?
I suppose I don't need to really fluff these out much.
Daryl has said, I wish I didn't have to work today. It looks like a pretty good show. That's absolutely fine. We're glad you dropped in anyway. Not a problem, bud.
How's your OCD now? Those don't look very even to me.
Oh, God, don't. I bet the poor person's he's pulling his hair out.
Tuck them in down in there. As a dripper, it shouldn't matter, but I don't want to get it in the airflow.
No.
They didn't give you very much room to put it in here.
I gotta try and keep that nice and clear. That's it. It does look a bit tight in there, like, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But if it gets too cramped, you could always probably cut them a bit shorter, like the wicks, but we'll see.
Yeah.
See if you can get it in.
Trim this one just a hair. And then pull this out behind the airflow.
A bit better. Oh, that is tight in there.
The airflow channel that's across here
Yeah,
is the problem.
that's what you got to avoid.
And then you got this very tiny wick well to put it in there. All right, flip this around. I think I got it
Thank you very
mastered after
kindly.
the last one. Twist it and then slide it behind the airflow.
There you go. Thank you very much, Free Rider Vapor. Glad to be back.
Now we just need something to put on it.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine, Daryl. God, why am I making the backside of people's names? Yeah, Daryl. Just when he gets off work, he's going to watch the rerun of the show. So,
You
brilliant.
think the
sir.
prince is ready?
Oh, God.
Been 2 weeks. No. What do we pull out?
I would like to think so, but I don't think so. That without being a custard, it needs a lang. It might need a langastique.
Will's Cookie Custard. We can compare the flavor output to the Mangala. Vapor's Cloud Mangala. And I'm sorry, but you asked me last week if this was a Bogan product. Yes, this is the Odin. It was a collaboration between
I
Dove
thought
Poe
like the
and
Odin
Bogan.
mod, yeah. That's right, yeah.
I was thinking of the tank when you asked me the question.
Oh, sorry, mate.
My apologies, not yours.
I knew he had something to do with it, but I just... La 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 la. It's one that's done. I was going to get one, but I never got around to getting one. I'd probably just wait till it just come down in price, you know, like I say. Sometimes you can get all that stuff later on down the line when all the hype gets blown over and everything just drops down in price. Best way to get your vape gear, in my eyes, like. Ooh.
That is a beautiful custard. But I think these batteries are about to go. Crank the wattage up and see if I can kill them. The 95. That's a beautiful custard. Okay. That's what we're going to put on here.
I like it. You're doing the custard thing, I don't know.
Unfortunately, this isn't a squonker. The dripper can be turned into a squonker, but the mod isn't.
No. God, that's so good, that.
What you vaping on?
Oh,
Tell us
sorry,
about
I
it.
forgot. I got to tell everybody. This is one of the one shots I got from Darkstar, and this now. I know you're English, and you can pronounce it two ways. You can pronounce it scones or scones. I'm a scones. That's what I'm vaping on, and I know the bottle looks empty, but I've been transferring it to some like a 120ml bottles, because obviously the nibs on there are massive. You can't really put them in anything. So, and it is absolutely fabulous. We kind of get the hit of like the jam, which I believe is strawberry jam, and then on the exhale you've got the pastry of the scone and a bit of cream. Oh my god, heaven, absolute heaven.
Get out of the airflow, dude.
And the other one I've got, what was it, lemon meringue donut or lemon something donut? That's ready.
Ooh.
That's quite nice. And the custard one, the vanilla custard's got another 2 weeks steep time, so I can't touch that one yet. The temptation has been there, but I ain't touching it. I don't want to touch it. I do, but I don't. I do, but I don't. I'm a bit like Alex there, who's waiting for that pie to develop. I'm like that with the custard.
See what I mean about
snip
this
it.
touchscreen not being very nice?
Yeah.
I can't hold the button. There we go. Now it finally works.
Probably got to be a bit firmer with it, man.
I don't want to get accused of abusing this mod.
Why not?
Come on, 70. Ready?
It goes down quicker than it climbs. There you go, 70 watts.
Oh, is that a beautiful custard?
That nice, yeah?
Will's custard cookie. Recipes on episode 5.
Is that the custard cookie one, yeah? Ooh.
Mmm. And that is a perfect coil for this thing too.
Damn.
70 watts is just a bit too warm for my taste. I think I'm going to put that down to 65.
You like a cooler vape, don't you?
Yeah, a little bit. Overshot. Never a dull moment in this.
What did the coils come out again? 0.2ish or something, did they?
They came out at 0.13 when we were dry
0.13.
burning them.
Ah, I'm with you.
Just barely any restriction on the airflow. Just enough that you can concentrate the flavor. And with that domed cap in here, oh, it's
the dome
heaven.
caps are brilliant. Yeah. He's enjoyed it, see? He's going for more. That's it, guys. He's not doing out. He's just going to sit and vape that for the rest of the show. He's just enjoyed it so much.
Nah. This took how long for us to develop? I don't want to finish this thing off and then I have to make another one and wait another month. No.
Well, you see, the secret now is to get one made now. So when you've done that, you've got another one. There you go.
It's a beautiful custard, but I think it could benefit from some kind of fruit. It's sweet enough, and you definitely get that custard flavor and the custard odor. And now that I've vaped it a little bit, I'm starting to get that residual custard taste on my tongue.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a hollow single note flavor.
Yeah.
You know, somebody plucking a key on a keyboard. That's going to get annoying after a while. You need to have like a chord played.
Yeah, something to zhuzh it up a bit, yeah.
Like that banana marshmallow custard tart.
Yeah.
You get the custard, you get the sweetness from a marshmallow, so it's like a broad sweetness, not like a punchy sweetness. And then you get this residual banana flavor.
Wow. Lance is asking us what's up next for review. I've been in touch with I've had a company approaches actually, and I could be looking at some disposables. I know it's a bit of a hoo-ha subject, I suppose, in the UK, maybe it is in America as well. You know, because obviously it's tarred with the underage vaping malarkey, but I've always said there is a place for them in the vape, you know, products. So, you know, it's just, you know, there's a lot of people that
it's not going to get very many views, I'll tell you that. You're going to have to age restrict it because it's already got the nicotine. But if at some point in time in the history of it being on YouTube, a smoker finds it and goes out and quits smoking because of it, it makes it worthwhile.
Yeah, no, definitely. But like I say, we're still in the process of sorting stuff out. But I thought, why not? You know, there's a place for them. You know, not everybody likes to carry bottles of juice and stuff when they go out. You know, they've got that pros. So we'll see. And see, Lance, there you see, oh no, disposable.
I'm working on editing Bogan's Blotto. Let me tell you, I am not happy with Sam, and I am not happy with Dovepo. I originally got the Bogan's Blotto, and it took me forever to get the thing. So obviously, you know, there's 5 reviews already out there on it, and I've watched all of them because my problem with the Blotto is they took the deck. Here's the original Blotto. They took the deck and they widened that center airflow. I'll have to go overhead, I think. You can get a better view.
It bigger, didn't it?
They made the center part wider. Now, if you take a look on here, look at those airway openings on there. I'm always about, you know, fine tuning and checking out airflow. So you got 270 degrees of airflow on there.
That's right.
The new Blotto Max that they have out, they replaced this Ultim with metal, and they widened it. But look at those air holes. See those air holes, how they're identical on both sides, right? Well, on the Blotto Max, which is actually downstairs, because I'm trying to like calm myself down before I review the video, before I put the final video out, because I'm literally in the middle of trashing it. I have to cut myself back on the edit of it, because when you look at the air openings on it, they're not the same size. The one side is small like this, and the other side is like twice as big, and it's only half the holes that are twice as big. That's not going to give you a balanced airflow.
No.
I mean, is it an enjoyable tank? Is it better than this one? Yeah. But the quality control was totally gone that day that they decided to make these tanks.
Yeah.
And it's so bad that there's a guy out there that literally has a Dremel tool drilling out the holes to try and balance the airflow on the Blotto Max.
Must have getting a bad batch. I'll double check on mine. I'll have a look on mine. I'm sure I've got that
bad
one.
batch? How about I bought it well after it was out on the market because it took me a while to get it. Every single review video that's out there, I'm going to have it in my video. Every single review video out there has a picture of the airflow openings up front. And nobody bothered to comment on how the air holes weren't the same on
different
both
sides.
sides.
Wow.
But in their videos, you can clearly see that the holes on one side are way bigger than the holes on the other side, and they're not all the same going all the way from the top to the bottom.
Wow.
But on the other side, they look identical to the original.
That's odd.
And it's because of this whole thing being just a cast piece. So
Yeah.
the fix for them would have been to make a new cast to pour for all of the ones out there. Somebody was absent that day that they did the quality control on this before they cast all these pieces.
Yeah.
You know, I'm debating on whether, you know, to actually...
That is rough, like. That is bad, that, like.
Yeah, whether to drill the holes out on mine to try and get the airflow balance or just leave it the way it is. Is it significant? Like,
I
can you
wonder if
definitely
anybody's
tell without knowing about anything about the airflows, when you vape on it, can you tell there's a difference? Not
I would
really.
imagine so.
You get more airflow than you get on the original one. And they changed the direction of this bottom grates on here. So you got a lot
right.
more airflow on the bottom. But these side ones are basically just for looks. They're not really doing anything because the holes are too small.
That's right, yeah.
They're not contributing to it. And there's actually one guy out there in Australia that pulled the side pieces out and put the tank together without these back pieces in here. And that totally messes up the airflow because then the sides are too much and not enough on the bottom.
Yeah. I wonder if anybody's actually contacted them, the actual company.
Every single Blotto video that I've been able to find has the same problem. And nobody mentioned it. Kaizor, I think he's from South Africa, did actually go and pull out a Dremel tool and made a second video for it where he dremeled out the holes, the bottom row of holes, to make them bigger to improve the airflow.
Wow.
And Sam
Wow,
even
that's-
commented on it, you know, you don't need to go out drilling these holes and blah, blah, blah. Well, you know what? I was one of those people that said that
You do.
vaping on this was like trying to suck a golf ball through a garden hose because the airflow is so tight. And I know some people like it that tight. That's fine. If you like it that way, great. I like to have more open airflow.
Yeah.
That's why the Arbiter's, you know, my number one.
Yeah.
But
That's very
Sorry.
surprising, that. Like I say that, no, that's very surprising. I mean, you know, wow. I'm going to have to have a look at mine now.
oh, you got the Blotto Max.
I think I've gotten one. Was it the? Because I think I had that one. There was a smart. There was another one. One was a 1.5.
It was a 1.5.
It was a single coil.
Yeah.
And there was the max. Yeah, I'm sure I've got the max. I'm almost
Yeah,
certain.
take a look at the Max. Look at the airflow openings on the one side and look at the openings on the other side. Let me know what yours are like.
I will definitely do that.
Michael Redfern, hello and welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Daryl Rubbishoe.
William Dobson's comment says air pressure is what they're aiming for. Wow, that's sad, but not that much. It's just going to be that small.
Yeah, I get what they're coming from. And
Yeah.
because the openings on the bottom are so big, it's like the airflow openings on the side that give you that 273 degrees or whatever airflow
Just not doing anything.
are not
yeah.
doing anything there. They're just for looks.
Yeah, they're just getting overridden by the mass amount of that bottom airflow, aren't they?
Yeah. And there's no way to adjust it or anything. So, you know, you're stuck with whatever airflow the tank was designed with. Because the holes that are on the bottom are the honeycomb airflow holes.
Yeah.
And they're the exact same as what's on here. There's where
Yeah.
the majority of your restriction comes from.
Yeah.
So the airflow is smooth, but you're limited by this, not by what's underneath the deck. The deck is like a
So
guide.
yeah, I was saying that about this when I reviewed this Valhalla. I've said when it comes to bottom airflow, I think they should just leave it as a hole, like it, because it works on this. It's a big gaping hole. Right, I say a hole, but it's got holes in, right? But to smooth it out, put the airflow honeycomb like they've done on the Blotto. Put the air, like the smoothing out on the actual outside and leave the deck itself right wide open. I think that would be a good combo. Because if it's smoothed out and you're still getting all that air coming up through, especially bottom. I mean, I've always liked bottom airflow. I think I still to this day it's the best flavour ever of a bottom airflow. But if you've done like the honeycomb on the intake or on the side, whatever, and like just left the deck wide open, I think that would be an awesome combo.
Lance Ward says that the Bogan Stubby AIO is rubbish.
Oh,
I would really high hopes for that one. I really like it. It's got the woody on the bottom.
aye.
It's also a stock coiler, if I'm not mistaken. It'll be a while before I'll be able to even access that. Stores around here take a while to get stuff, and some stuff they never actually get. Ever since the vape mail ban.
And that's crazy, isn't it? Dean Thomas sorted his stubby, turned the mod's S510 contact out just a little bit, and it's now working perfectly. I must have been having a problem
You
with
sorted it out.
Yeah. Oh well.
It's amazing how some of these tanks can be so finicky. You know, you literally have to crank down on this to make sure that it makes good contact, and other ones. Daniel, that's why he's such a popular vape reviewer, DJLSB Vapes, because he literally
Daniel
measures every little aspect of the tank and builds a chart. You can actually look up on the charts and find out, you know, where that falls in line with how long the 510 pin is on there and everything.
Oh, he's got all the oscilloscopes and everything. He's well kitted out for testing them, like. Same with Mooch with the batteries. He's got all the gear.
Oh, yeah.
Check your batteries.
I'd love to be able to, but you only got so much time, so much money, and so many hours in the day.
Oh God, but, yeah, that kit they've got will not be cheap, man. It's bloody wow. Again, you know, they're people that make a living on YouTube. That's what they do full time, so they've got time to do that. You know, like when you're out at work or you know you've got other things to do, you can't do it. It's as simple as that.
That's like I finally got to break down. It's 68 outside today. Where's my weather? Oh, where is it? Where is she?
We're a bit cooler now. I think we're about 18s, 19s now. I mean, it's pretty much autumn time now.
There you go. There's the weather. 19 outside Celsius, 66 degrees Fahrenheit.
I think we're getting about that now. We're pretty low. Starting to come in cooler for us now. We just
I
got
got
the
to change the
tail
spark
end
plugs and the coil packs on my excursion. It's a
I thought you were going to
V10.
do that last week. I'm sure you mentioned that last week.
I was supposed to. But, you know how it is. You only have so many hours in the day, so
Well,
that's what my plan is for this evening and tomorrow.
Definitely.
Hey, you know what? This is supposed to be a mixing show. How about we come up with a recipe and mix it?
Yeah.
What did we come up with? You refresh my memory. What were the suggestions we got so far?
If I just double check for you, I'm going back a bit. I'll just double check. We had Jam Monster Strawberry. We had Oat Cherry Bakewell. We had Oat Drips Original or Strawberry. What else did we have here? What else we have? Pineapple upside down cake. Daryl was looking for a banana. Strawberry macaroons was from Lance. That's pretty much it.
Let's see what we got here and see if we can find something. Hey, our zoom and follows working today.
You still got something right.
I learned to check it before the stream and not change the page until we go to do our stuff.
Good. Yeah, I think I've covered. I mean, there's a lot of strawberry stuff out there, like. Upside down, good banana. A Jam Monster Strawberry.
Pineapple cake easy.
Yeah,
So we
that
have
was one.
FLAVRZ Yellow Cake. We have Cheesecake Graham Crust, Golden Pineapple, New York Cheesecake, and Vanilla Custard.
Do it. That's it. You've sold
Yep,
us.
that looks good.
We'll go with that one, guys, if you're happy with that. It's similar to pineapple upside down cakes, pretty much the same.
Well, I'm going to make a 60 mil. Save that.
Well, they're saying it tastes as good as it was when they were kids, so there you go. Right, I'm going to catch back up with the old chap there. Well,
I'm pulling out my scale.
he's got his scale.
Now let's pull out these ingredients. FLAVRZ Yellow Cake. Gotcha. TPA Cheesecake Graham Crust. Gotcha.
Oh, Mallory's
Golden
commented.
Pineapple.
Mallory has commented that he's been working on a banana coconut cream / custard pie.
Ooh,
Oh my god.
that sounds real good.
Oh, it does.
Vanilla custard.
Oh god. William Dobson's got toffee cake down. Did you not do a toffee one not so long ago? Something like that.
And we have a New York cheesecake by Capella. I believe that's all of our flavor ingredients. Let me freeze that in place.
Sean Lynch put a mango pineapple, but you know, we're kind of meeting you halfway. He's doing something with pineapple, so
Hey, there's always next week.
yeah.
Move this camera, put it in the right place, fine tune it with the scale. How's the music this week? Is it too loud, too quiet? I've noticed last week I was a little aggressive on his compressor.
I can't hear a thing, mate.
No, just on the live stream.
I have you muted.
That's usually what the wifey's there, but her big boss is in town today.
Oh,
They've been consistently breaking sales records, daily and weekly sales records now for the past 4 or 5 months. Customer count growth. And she's actually going to a convention for the corporate and getting an award for how
very good.
successful her store is. It's the
Wow.
fastest growing store in the Pittsburgh area. There's our secret sauce.
Oh, my apologies. Ian Thomas said Mallory is a wonderful lady. If I put you down as a guy, I do apologise.
Mallory Gates is a fantastic lady, and she's an
I do
amazing
apologize.
advocate, always out there on Twitter, banging away, correcting the misinformation.
I do apologise if I called you a he or a sir. My apologies. I'm terrible. Absolutely terrible.
I overshot. Supposed to be 2.4, we're at 2.59. That's FLAVRZ Yellow Cake. And because of the custard and the cheesecake, this is going to take a little while to steep out. It's not going to be a very good shake. But it will be delicious in about a week or two.
I do not doubt that for a moment.
Okay, so now we got Cheesecake Graham Crust from TFA. 1.25. $1.27. Then again, if I blow on the scale, it'll bump up another 2.2. And then we need our golden pineapple.
Just when you were talking about the weather, there's William Dobson said it's raining in London. I bet it's still mad down there. Obviously, with the scenario with the Queen, I think she's travelling down there today, isn't she? I think they're moving her body from Scotland down to Buckingham Palace, I believe. So
Is that happening
it'll
today?
be pretty hectic down there. I think they're just going to keep her in Buckingham Palace for 24 hours and then moving her on. Is it at Westminster, whatever it is? I can't remember off the top of my head. Where she will lay in state. That's going to be funny, isn't it? It's going to be really weird because obviously now we've got a king. All of our currency has got the Queen's head on, so they're going to have to change all of that now to the King's head.
Yeah, but to be honest with you, you can't really complain. She's been there for what, 70 years?
Oh God, no! I mean, Christ, what? She's had a cracking innings, hasn't she? Really, when you think about it.
She was anointed in 52 or 54, something like that.
Yeah, only 25 when she became Queen.
Our entire life, she's been Queen.
Yeah. The thing is, though, when you think about it, like Charles has come in, he's in his 70s. He's about
How long is he going to be there?
73-ish. So you're thinking 73, another 20 years, be 93. So give him another 20, 25 years, there could be another king, which will be William, I believe, who's next in line.
Oh, yeah?
And he's the younger person. It's his son. So you could see it all happen again in about 30 years. But I mean, the Queen Mother had a good innings as well. I think she was 101 when she passed.
I was impressed.
Wow.
She was married for 75 years.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And the Duke was 99 when he passed.
That's right, yeah. Hey, I'm just wondering, like I say, he's been with him past and maybe, she's gone downhill a bit, because he's not there no more and all that kind of stuff. The old dying of the broken heart scenario, innit?
Oh, I'm telling you, I could tell you some stories. Running an ambulance, we had a husband pass away, and it was on a Friday evening. Saturday night, we got a call, 3 o'clock in the morning, the wife passed away from a broken heart.
Wow. It's actually a thing as well, isn't it? I think they actually do put that down. Everybody says, well, it's an actual thing. You die of a broken heart.
Yeah, the daughter and the son-in-law were sitting there talking about how, ever since he passed, she's just had nothing but a broken heart, and she keeps talking about, settling her affairs and everything, and they were like, listen, I understand you're upset he passed and everything, but you're fine. You don't have any health problems. Everything's perfectly fine. And it was just shortly 24 hours later, and she passed.
Wow.
That was a major shock for that family.
I bet.
They just assumed that, well, mom's going to handle all the affairs and stuff. We'll just help her out. And now here they have to plan 2 funerals.
Yep. Wow. Yeah, that's right, William. It's Westminster. Sorry, mate. I had a brain fart again. I'm just. I'll pot the day. He's also said now we have a king that has a conversation with trees. There's nothing wrong with that. I talk to them all the time.
Oh, he has conversations with trees, does he?
He's very keen on the environment kind of stuff.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Very much with the climate and all that kind of stuff. He's very into that. Which is not a bad
something
thing.
you can change any quicker than
think
what it already is.
He's pioneered it for years and years. He's always been into that stuff for years. Even as a prince, he was always into that kind of stuff. Conservation and all that kind of gear. I mean, climate change, it's just an ongoing thing, isn't it?
It takes time to, deal with that. Just like it took how many decades for us to get it to where it's at today.
God, well, when you think of it, it didn't take that long for us to actually nigh and ruin it. I mean, what was the Industrial Revolution or Industrial whatever? It was only, 250 years ago? Now, in that short amount of time, we've now ruined our atmosphere. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And it is a minuscule amount of time considering how long this planet has been here, you know what I mean? It's crazy. Lance lad, what you like? Lance Ward's just put, didn't Charlie a year ago see if he could come back, he wanted to be a tampon. Oh God. I mean the Royals, I mean, you know, they've always been kind of oddball, they've always had a weird kind of thing going on, but you know, it is what it is. I think Charles is funny, mate. I think he's daft as a brush. I liked Philip as well, the Queen's husband. I thought he was daft as a brush. He was funny as out.
Ooh, toffee cake. I'll have to try and come up with the recipe for that one next week.
Yeah, it was that one by Sean.
I saw the
was it
chocolate
Sean
hazelnut too.
Yeah.
Good. I didn't want to be too much. I just wanted something, you know, in the background if we both happen to be not talking.
Yeah,
don't hear
it's
nothing.
Fine. It's fine. I'm just like catching up a bit on chat as well. I'm just trying to keep an eye on it a bit while you're busy mixing.
William Dobson says, "What we've been smoking."
I don't smoke. I vape.
I no longer smoke.
I am an ex-smoker. Wow.
My neighbors, the husband died, the wife went a week later. It's a real thing.
Oh, it is.
And I told you the one story, but I have half a dozen stories that were just like that.
Yeah.
You know?
So it's just a time between. I mean, like I say, such a short period of time, some will last about a year, and you know, it is a thing. My wife works in the fuel industry, and they actually do put that on the death certificate as well.
Oh, really?
But yeah, it's got like a scientifically type name. You know, they don't put a broken heart, but it's got a name which translates into a broken heart. And I can't remember the name for love nor money. I don't even think I can pronounce it, to be honest with you. But it actually does go on the old death certificates, apparently.
Well, I'm going to try this, but I don't have any high hopes for it to be the right flavor profile.
It might be a similar scenario when you've done the prints. You know, you need to let it steep a little, I'd say. Definitely with being a custard, obviously. Here we go.
Pineapple comes through.
Yeah.
Pretty accurate. Pretty potent. Now just got to wait for the custard and the cake.
Yeah, that's what you need to come through, yeah. Oh, you little bugger. I'm sick. I've got a little fly that's buzzing round in here. I still haven't caught it yet, little swine.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
It's a little one as well. It just keeps appearing. And it's like there, you know, like, get away. Little swine.
Wow, that really is a beautiful pineapple. Way more potent than I have gotten in previous recipes that I've used that pineapple in.
Yeah.
It's not very sweet, but you can definitely get a clear pineapple. You kind of get that cakey cake aspect to it, texture-wise. But there's no custard in it yet, at all.
Mallory has put the medical term in for the broken heart, and I still can't pronounce it.
Takasubo cardiomyopathy.
There you go. That is it.
Takasubo cardiomyopathy.
There you go. That is it. It is a thing. There you go. Thank you for that, Mallory.
Done the prince and it's steeping, so's mine. 2 weeks. We're only halfway
Yeah,
there.
it's a custard. You've got to leave it a while, unfortunately.
You can start it early, and some of them are so good that you start it early and never get to taste what it's really like when it's completely
That's
done.
the thing, yeah. You think, oh, it's nice, but no, it gets better.
That's just like that Will's cookie custard. That's been sitting there for how many weeks now? And it's like, it's finally at the point now where it's truly a nice, thick, rich custard.
Yeah. He's had it steeping for 2 weeks now, and he's going to leave it for another 2.
That was fantastic. Come back and revisit that next week.
Once you get that cake and that coming through, it'll be all... Oof.
That may be a pineapple upside down cake. And it's weird too, because that pineapple has that tang to it like you would expect, you know, on that glazed pineapple with the cherry on top.
That's the one, yeah.
That flavor is definitely there. So if the cake and the custard develop, that's definitely going to be a pineapple upside down cake.
I think we've got a similar thing in the UK, which we call Eve's pudding, and instead of pineapple, it's peach.
Ooh.
It's just exactly that. It's like a cake, but it's peach instead of the pineapple.
Fantastic.
And if it's anything like the actual pudding, it will be bloody good.
Ooh.
I'm quite partial to a bit of Eve's pudding. With custard on, of course.
Well, I'm going to go back to this. Ooh, what happened here?
What we done? Oh, what's that?
All right. Go to click, what can I make? What was the other one we had up here? Chocolate hazelnut and toffee cake.
Toffee cake, yeah. That's probably debatable, Lance. Lance is asking, how long do juices last before going out of date?
That is a very good question. Number one, does it have any nick in it? If it doesn't have nick in it, and it's in a sealed bottle, it's going to last a lot longer than if there's nick in it.
Yeah.
Because the nick degrades with sunlight and air. So unless you keep it in a dark room, you know, it's going to degrade with just the sunlight shining into your room.
Yeah.
But I've got bottles here that I bought when I first quit vaping. Opened one up last week, and it's still as good as it was the day I got it, but there's no nick in it. The Salty Man Purple Rain tastes exactly the same as when I got it.
Yeah, it's just like I say, when you add the nick, then that's when it starts to go.
That's when it starts to degrade.
Yeah.
Time to go out on the quad after the show, Lance Ward says.
And look, you get in Wales as well. Lovely countryside down there.
William Dobson made 1.5 liters of the Prince.
Oh, you must like that. Well, I think when Vic made a video, I think he makes it about a litre a time, because obviously he likes it, and I think he makes about a litre bottle.
No existing recipe,
What's that? What
but I can make from the ingredients that I have.
Oh.
Do I even have any hazelnut in my flavor stash?
Sorry, I'm looking about. My dog's just having a little daft moment of madness where he's just rolling about.
That's why I can't make it, because I don't have any hazelnut.
Oh. That's very surprising.
We do have a coffee cream chocolate. That's interesting. What else was suggested here? Chocolate hazelnut I can't make because I don't have the hazelnut. Don't have a scone.
Was there a toffee something?
That's where it said that my wicks were too long in that other one.
That's what
Ended
I
up
was
going in
possibly
okay.
thinking. Yeah.
But yeah, it would have been easier if I would have just cut the wick shorter and not have it run into the middle. What
Maybe
other
it's just dropping
flavors?
them down. Maybe it's just drop them down to touch the bottom.
Oat Drips Original, Jam Monster Strawberry.
That's right. Jam Monster Strawberry was one. Cherry Bagel was another one.
I haven't had the Jam Monster Strawberry. Does it have a peanut flavor too, or just the strawberry? Is it like a strawberry jam? Or is it more like a strawberry toast? Homer Simpson, hello. I was here.
Ian Thomas has commented for Lancy, if kept cool and dark, obviously not changing temp and brackets, he's been vaping 3 milligram liquid that's at least 5 years old. Wow.
Fantastic. Mallory Gates said, Lance Ward, I know some people that have 10-year-old nicotine in their freezers and no problems at all.
10 years? What the hell? Really? My word. I would have never have thought of that, like, lasted 10 years.
Those are in those glass bottles with the eyedroppers.
Yeah, gotta be on that.
10 years ago. I think it was the only way you could get it. They didn't have any of these Gorilla bottles like we got nowadays. Toffee cake sounds good.
Toffee cake, aye. That's nice.
Well, since we don't have it, I guess we're going to have to make it.
Why not?
We'll create the recipe. Toffee cake. We'll make a little 30 ml bottle.
Strawberry jam on butter toast. Oof.
All right, we're going to use this new caramel that we got.
I'll tell you what, if you just excuse me and more, I'm going to have a toilet break because us old men can't hold it in as well as we used to.
Coffee will do that to you. So will the beer.
Exactly. Exactly. Too
All right. Let's find some ingredients here. So for a toffee cake, well, we can pull out that yellow cake that we did before. That's a good flavor. Now to try and replicate the toffee, I'm going to have to use caramel. Or caramel, as you would say it. And to give it a little body, to move that caramel from being just a sticky caramel to be more like a toffee, we need to darken it a little. We'll try a little coffee. Brazilian coffee, as I know, is very strong. I'm going to try this Cup of Joe flavor to try and richen that caramel flavor. And let's see how we can get the crumbs on there. We're obviously going to need some sweetness. We'll pull out the super sweet. We need something with a little cinnamon in it. For those cinnamon crumbs. Actually, I'm going to swap out this Cup of Joe for cappuccino coffee from Pure Elm, because I know that that has a little bit broader palate. You do get some of the coffee, but you get the milk and froth aspect. in that flavor. I'm going to use a little cake batter to expand the flavor of that. So let's go with add a flavor. Yellow cake, FLAVRZ, cake batter, dip from FLAVRZ, cappuccino coffee from Purellum. No worries, mate. Let me bring you back on screen.
But they say when you've got to go, you've got to go, unfortunately. And when you get our age, you've got to go.
No worries.
Right, where we at then, boys? Where we at? Right, there we are. I'm back up to speed with everybody. I see what's going on.
All right, so we have caramel, yellow cake, cake batter dip, cappuccino coffee, super sweet. How are we going to move this more towards toffee and less caramel?
Ooh. Oh, that's better.
How about a little FLAVRZ s'more? I'm going to barely put any of this in there.
Ian Thomas was saying, do you have walnut?
Do I have walnut? Well,
yeah.
Not actual walnut by itself. Butter pecan, I think, is pretty much the closest.
Yeah.
Acetylpyrazine will give you the nutty flavor, but it's not specifically a walnut.
Yeah. Vaping. Lance said I went and got the hog, really. Honestly, I didn't. Actually, my batteries are actually on charge for the hog, so even if I wanted to, I couldn't.
I know I had trouble adding this to even the library when I did it.
What was that? S'mores?
See, the jar says literally s'more.
Oh, yeah.
FLAVRZ. But when I go and search for it in here, it didn't come up.
Oh, that's odd. I've just got small with the S on the end, hasn't it? S'mores. No. That's odd.
Oh, just 0.5.
Small flavour.
All right. Let's give that a try.
Why
What
not?
are we at? 9% flavoring. Let's push the caramel. 2.5. Move the yellow cake up to 2.
Lance, if I get the hog going, you'll not be able to see it. The bloody room be smoked out.
It's 10% flavoring. That should be all right. How's that going to balance? 2.5 and 5 is 3. Cake's going to take a week or so. Let's cut this back to 2. Push this cake batter to 2.5. And make it 3. All right. Save that as a recipe.
That looks good.
We'll see what it tastes like. That's going to be the real test. And I know it's going to take a little while for the cake, but I think it's going to be delicious either way, even if it's not exactly a toffee.
You by the way, you do have your own recipe page on here, don't you?
Yeah.
So that's one for you guys. If you want to try any of these recipes that Alex is making, they're all up there for you to have a go.
We'll edit this and
oh, it's great, Lance. This little fella's happy, man. God, that's Scott.
we'll make it public. So if you guys feel like trying to do this,
Yep.
it's all yours. No guarantees on what it's going to be like. I haven't even mixed it yet. All right, what'd I say? 30.
Yeah, I can see you guys get up there and try some of Alex's recipes, see what you think.
I'm off to get a bin for all these.
William Dobbs has said he's got a bread bin made from metal and he stores his nick and his juice in that.
I have a bunch in the freezer, and I've got one big jug that's over here kept in the dark in a constantly air-conditioned environment, so it's
Wow.
70 degrees Fahrenheit year-round, 20 degrees Celsius year-round, no temperature change, and I decant that into a little bottle.
I have seen some vape stores here in the UK who actually like store the nicotine in the fridge before they like display it,
It's about keeping the temperature constant.
Yeah, do you know them little beer fridges you could get? That whatever was big rage. They tend to have them and have that nick in them. William Dobson is asking, would a burnt butter push towards the toffee flavour?
Yes.
There you go, sir.
I have a butter. I don't have a burnt butter.
Yeah. I know how you feel with that, Lance. Lance says he would have a go at DIY juices, but he keeps buying hardware all the time instead. He likes shinies.
Hey, if you can get the commercial juices, there's no reason, not to do this other than as a hobby.
Obviously, he's buying hardware, so it must be mods and atties and all that shit. He likes shinies.
Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, there isn't if you can afford it.
Well, think about how much you would be spending if you were still smoking.
Oh, yeah, but still.
How much would you spend on fags right now if you were still smoking?
Oh, God, they're about 15 quid a pack now, so it'll be probably about 30 to 45 quid a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but vaping is, It can be cheap, but it can be expensive.
It can be either way.
Yeah.
You know, you can go the disposable route, and in the UK, I mean, it'd be just as expensive as smoking practically. Maybe a little bit of savings, but
I'd probably see it.
having to buy disposable all the time, that would add up.
Yeah.
Move on to a rebuildable, well, you just started saving a lot of money.
Well, I mean, I think average disposable, average price is probably £5-6. So it's still half the price of a pack of cigarettes either way.
Yeah.
So like I say, if you buy a pack a day and you buy a disposable a day, well, you know, but a disposable should last you more than a day. Depends which route you want to go down. You know, if you're happy with disposables, fine. If you want to be a hobbyist, then you better dig deep in your pockets. And if you want to be a reviewer, God help you.
Oh yeah, then you're up a creek.
Yeah.
But then again, I mean, you can move up from a disposable to something like this. You know, the Origin SE, the Ox Origin SE has a replaceable coil. You know, and this is UK compliant. 2 mil
That's
capacity.
probably your next step, yep.
And this thing's fantastic.
Yeah, that's probably your next step. You'd probably start with disposable, go to a pod system, maybe an AIO, and then if you still want to do it, maybe your first, you know, RTA, whatever. And
for me, I use this, you know, as a backup device. I have it wide open, so it's a restricted direct lung, but there's not that much of a restriction on it. You can turn the valve on the bottom of this and tighten that down to make it a, you know, a mouth to lung tank.
Yeah.
But the coils on this are fantastic. This is still the original coil that came with this thing when I got it. Did the review on it.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, and it just sits here on my desk, and I just every once in a while pick it up and vape it.
Nothing wrong with that.
I put 60 mils of Miyagi's cappuccino through it already.
60. Jeez.
It's done. I'm gonna make up another one of that because that's so delicious.
Wow.
And it tastes fantastic in this thing.
Do you not find that though when you like see, like I say, you find a flavour that's really good, you just absolutely hammer it, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Until it's gone.
Yeah. But you know what? That's a fantastic way for you to be able to taper down your nicotine. If you wanted to get rid of, you know, nicotine at all, well, you just find a flavor that you truly love, and you cut it back. You put 6 in this bottle, 5 in the next bottle, 4 the next bottle, and maybe that first day you're going to vape a lot, but you're vaping a lot anyway because of how good the flavor is.
Exactly. You chain vape it anyway, don't you?
And if you're dropping 1 mil each week, you know, in a month and a half, you've eliminated nicotine from your body, if that's what you want to do.
You're kind of just weaning yourself up, aren't you, really?
Yeah. I've done it 3 times now.
I'm quite happy where I'm at with I don't think I could ever not have any nicotine. I'm happy where I'm at with mine.
I just was curious. I wanted to know, you know, now that I've given up the smokes and I've been vaping for long enough, I know I've got plenty of different flavors that I truly can focus on, and the flavor's enough to keep me satisfied. Can I do it? Is it, you know, I don't want to be out here advocating that, oh, it's so easy for anybody once you do this to be able to do that without having the personal experience of knowing, yeah, you can quit down to 0 if you really want to. The problem comes from, this is a lifelong learned coping mechanism. At some point in time, you're going to run into a shit day where something's really going to get you upset.
Yep.
And then are you going to go buy a pack of smokes, or what are you going to do to cope with the situation?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was out DJing the one time and whatnot, and just things went to shit and things didn't work. The computer broke, the amp broke. So I'm literally, you know, in the midst of this thing, embarrassed, you know, trying to change it and fix it. I have spare stuff there, and I had a laptop I could, you know, use instead of the main computer, but it was still one of those stressful days. Definitely. And at the time I was on 0, and it's like, luckily I found a bottle in the truck that had some Nick in it.
Yeah.
I put that into my thing. I, you know, did a couple drags of that, and I felt that calming sensation right away. It was like, okay. It's not that bad.
I mean,
I don't need a pack of cigarettes.
but at the end of the day, I mean, there's like a scenario. If you vape without nicotine, do you need to vape at all?
Like I said, it's all good and fine and dandy until
Yeah,
you get that stressful situation, and
that's what I'm saying.
it's not like we have, you know, a myriad of other coping mechanisms that we can do. What am I going to do? Go run laps?
100 press-ups on the spot. That'll get out of you. Come on.
Yeah, that'll get it out of you. Oh, I don't think so.
I think that's why. I mean, I'm on 3 milligram, and I'm quite content with that. If I have a stressful day, I chain it. If I'm normal, I'm fine. But again,
I cut back,
I've got to-
and then I realized that, you know, there were days where it was like, you know, I couldn't think straight. Sometimes it's not that I couldn't think straight, it's I couldn't remember hardly anything. And after reading all these scientific studies and stuff, that's why I'm back up on the 6, because it's like, you know what? I feel better. I can think faster. I can get more stuff done. I just vape less than if I was doing 3.
It's kind of like the learning curve, you know. You find that level where you're comfortable with it, you know. I mean, you know, like I say, some people are happy still on 20 milligram nic, some are happy 10, 12, 14s, you know. You know, it's just to a point where you drop it until it doesn't do what you want it to do. Like you said, if you're down to 0 and then all of a sudden you need a 6 milligram, if you get to that happy level, then you're fine, you know.
And your body
part of the
copes
learning
and
curve.
adjusts as it needs, you know.
Yeah. But it's true what they say, like it's all up here. It's all in your head, all in your mind. The nicotine receptors. Hang on a minute, I'm just having a quick glance. Ah, yeah. She's here, yeah. They're unloading the Queen off the plane. She's back in London.
Ah, they flew her.
Yeah.
A 500-mile trek would be a long drive.
In a car, yeah. I mean, it took them 6 hours to do 175 miles, man. Because they were obviously passing through villages and slowing down for the crowd, you know. So 6 hours, man. Fuck. I bet there was a few numb bums in them cars. God.
Were there people standing outside the road and stuff watching her go by?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's been... I mean, even when she's been up Scotland, it's been up where they've had a line and state there. It's been jam-packed with people going through. Been a bit of massive turnout. Huge.
Last time we had something like that in this country was when Kennedy got shot. That was before my time.
I think what they were kind of saying is obviously because she passed away in Scotland, they're doing all the ceremonial stuff up there because obviously they're very fond of Scotland, and I think the Queen's half Scottish anyway, I believe. But they reckon if she'd passed away in London, obviously Scotland wouldn't have had what they've had, so they made the most of it type of thing.
Yeah, and you only got one shot at making it right.
Yeah. Yeah, like I say, the people have come out in numbers, mate. Absolutely chock a block.
My sister's
So say when-
godmother was one of those people that, you know, she's originally from England and immigrated here to the United States because of who she married.
Yeah.
And she's been one of those people that have always, short of the word being true, worshipped the Queen. You know, got a picture of the Queen in her house and stuff, and
Yeah.
has a little curio cabinet set up with different, you know, like commemorative plates and those kind of things.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not like a royalist. I mean, you know, to us it's just a normality, just like your prime minister, your president, whatever. You know they're there.
Yeah.
But you know, I respect for what she's done, and you know, for the amount of time she's done it. That, you know, you've got to take your hat off to that. And on the other side of the coin, at the end of the day, she's still somebody's mum, grandma, great grandma, you know. Still that side of it.
One of these flavors, I'm thinking maybe it's this FLAVRZ more. Because I've used the other flavors before.
Excuse me.
Got a alcohol base to it, I think.
Ah.
Because it was really, really fragrant on the shake.
Excuse me. S'mores. Here we go. The taste test. It's a nice colour, juice though, and it's come out nice colour now.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. What we're thinking. Mm-hmm.
This is one I think I need to steep.
Yeah.
And there definitely is some kind of an alcoholic flavor in there. I'm going to leave this one sit, and this is one of those ones I'm going to have to try throughout the week and come back to it next week and see what the flavor is. Because I've had ones where I've mixed it before, and I literally need to pull the cap off and just let it sit there and breathe.
Yeah.
You know, every day give it a squeeze and put take the air that's in there, eject that, and then get some fresh air in there.
We're talking about bad days. Lance has commented he's never had a bad day since his ex-wife disappeared 3 years ago. Jesus. Oh, he's on fire the day, Lance, like. He's on fire the day.
Might push it more to a coffee cake, Ian Thomas said. Vaping Heed, next show, get the hog going. We're not going to tell the wife, promise.
He's on fire the day, Lance, like.
Yes, burnt butter would be a good flavor. Brown sugar might add a little to the toffee flavor. I don't think I have any brown sugar, unfortunately. I've got so many holes in my flavor profiles. It looks like I got a lot here. I've got 200 and when I update the recipes, 228 different flavors.
Wow.
But there are so many flavor notes that I don't have anything of. Brown sugar is like one. The burnt butter. I don't have toffee. Don't have anything that's really like a crumb cake. I got a bunch of different cakes, like cupcakes and cake batter and vanilla cupcakes and stuff like that. Lance Ward says you have a... See, DovePo has a new RDA coming out called the Sandwich.
Apparently, I think they've got some kits coming out as well, like pod kits, 16 and 80, I think. Who did I see do it? I think it was Jay Hayes done it. I think it was Jay Hayes who done the one I looked.
Lance Ward says I've never had bad days anymore since the ex-wife disappeared 3 years ago.
I've seen that. Mallory Gates has put, I wonder what my parents did to fight boredom before the internet. I asked my 17 brothers and sisters and they didn't know either. Now you know.
I think you answered your own question there, Mallory.
Yes, Sean, I like rhubarb custard.
I like rhubarb. I haven't had a rhubarb custard yet.
Yeah, it's very
I've
nice.
had a rhubarb pie.
Yeah, Rhubarb and custard go together very nicely.
Yeah, and the thing is, I've got flavors, you know, European flavors like the apricots and the boysenberries and stuff like that that you don't have here as, you know, prominent in the States.
Yeah. I mean,
In the States, like a blackberries and raspberries, that's about it. Peach, southern peach. But my European heritage, I love all that stuff.
Yeah, like I say, it differs from country to country. What you've got, what you've got available in it, really. Like I say, I mean, the blackberries, funny enough, it's season now for picking blackberries, I believe.
Yeah.
Fresh off the plant, straight in the pie. With custard on.
Vaping Heed, like anything with custard.
Yes. Love it.
Custard's good, but it gets old after a while for me.
No, it doesn't. No,
I have to go through waves. Sometimes I like pure fruits. Fruit medleys
I do.
and stuff.
I mean, don't get us wrong, 90% of the time I'm probably on a custard, but I do change it out now and then, you know, just for a change. Like I say, scones, cream. I don't mind other stuff, man. I do try other stuff, trust us, I do. I think we're... I mean, I do like other. I mean, that lemon meringue. Oh God, that lemon meringue donut. That's just out of this world and all. My God.
I'm gonna have to wait for this cake batter to develop.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm getting the cappuccino now. I get the sweetness from the caramel. I can't identify the s'more at all, but I got that smell, that alcohol-y smell that I'm attributing to this FLAVRZ s'more. I don't know. I guess we'll find out after it sits here a while.
It's another one
Definitely
for
not
the
a
steep
shake
shelf.
and vape.
Yep, it's another one for the steep shelf set.
Fantastic. And that finished off my coffee. Means we must be doing this for a while now. 2.5 hours.
Wow.
Do you believe we've been doing this for 2.5 hours?
Where the hell did that go? Yeah. It's starting to get dark over here now.
Wow. Unfortunately, I suppose it's time for us to wrap this thing up again.
Time flies when you're having fun, mate. Time flies.
Damn, mate.
Good stuff, man. I think as well as watching chat, we might have to start watching the clock.
I have it running down here in the bottom of OBS. You know, it tells you how long I've been recording and whatnot, but it's not something I pay much attention to.
Well, you don't when you're enjoying yourself, do you?
Yeah, if everybody's having fun, that's all that matters.
Exactly.
I quite enjoy it. And I think it's time for me to make this Myogi's cappuccino again.
Yeah, you need another batch. Oh, you bugger. Just now you rolled my headphones out.
Yeah, because I'm not changing the liquid that's going in this coil. It's been fantastic. And have you noticed something lately? If you do the reviews and stuff, you always have like an extra tank or two sitting on your desk or sitting on the nightstand or something. And it's not something you regularly use, but your coils last forever when you leave it sit there. If you're not constantly using it all day, every day, I've got some coils here like this Aspire Zealous. I mean, been well over a month.
Oh, I've got two of them now. Like for the wife, she loves them. Absolutely,
It's fantastic.
Awesome. Yeah.
You know, the Aspire coils would never last me more than 3 or 4 days when I used them all the time. That was my all-day vape.
I think it is like obviously if you're not like vaping it a lot, you know the cotton absorbs more, and you know it gives time to absorb more the e-liquid, you know. So you're not like vaping it and drying it out. So if you've got something like you say, you just vape occasionally, you know that coil's gonna be absolutely soaked in the e-liquid, you know, absolutely saturated. So it's a good thing.
Mallory Gates says, Children in backseats of cars cause accidents, but accidents in backseats of cars cause children.
Not a truer word said, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
All right, folks, I think we're going to wrap it up with that one there.
Yeah, we'll leave
Kenny,
that
you
one
get
there.
to say goodbyes first.
Yes, as always, thank you very much, Alex, for having us on. It's becoming a bit of a habit, this now.
I quite like it.
And yeah, all you guys in chat, thank you very much for joining us. You know, we enjoy, you know, with you guys sitting there. You know, these shows wouldn't be shows without you guys in chat. You know, you make it more enjoyable and stuff. So, you know, thank you again, guys and girls. Yes, I did say girls this time because I found out Mallory was a girl. And on that note, I'll hand it back over to Alex again. Thank you very much, guys. We'll see you in the next one.
Thank you very much. I'm going to leave you with my wishes always. Peace, love, and a hunky vape to end cigarette combustion. Hope you all have a fantastic week. And I'll catch you, same time, same place, next week. Have a good one.
Take care.
I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. Something in my brain wants you. I've been hanging by myself, asking for help, but nothing seems to work on you. Yeah, you always make me feel like, oh yeah, you never leave my thoughts alone, yeah, you're the reason I'm going out my mind. I just can't stop thinking about, yeah, you got me feeling some type of way, you make me wanna stay in all day, you're the reason I can't get out my head. I just can't stop thinking about you. 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 I just can't stop thinking